Well, hello there. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So today's episode will be about the Druids in the world of Warcraft. But before, I really want to thank everyone who is supporting this channel. Hopefully, you guys will like this first episode. So let's get started. The Druidism is a nature-related magic school. The Druids' power are derived directly by the earth but differs in different cultures. At this date, we only know 4 races able to master this kind of magic. Those races are the Night Elves, the Taurens, the Trolls, and the Worgens. All Druids have different relationships with all kinds of natural beings on Azeroth. The Night Elves. In my opinion, the Night Elves have the most rich lore compared to all the other races in World of Warcraft. Alright, before we start with the Night Elves, you will need to know who the demigods Cenarius and Malfern Stormridge is. If you guys are wondering who these guys are, well, you should go see a video I will post soon about those 2 characters. So for the Night Elves, the first and most known of the Druids is Malfern Stormrage, whom originally learned Druidism under the teachings of the demigod Cenarius. Cenarius kinda looks like a Night Elf, but with a centaur body and roots and vegetation all over his huge body. So I will not go into details, but in brief, Cenarius was Malfern's teacher, which he became the first Night Elf Druid. Obviously, Malfern Stormridge teach the Druidism to his other generations of Night Elves. Well, if that is a thing. We also can refer to Night Elves as their ancestral name, the Kaldorei. The Kaldorei made use of the Druidism during the War of the Ancients to defeat Sargeras' Burning Legion. That was about 10,000 years before the first Orcish invasion, aka Warcraft 1. The Night Elves are directly linked to the events of the Emerald Dream, which I will talk about later in this video. Before the Third War, the Druids were only males, but due to cultural changes after the war, women started using this art. On the other hand, men were allowed to practice the Holy School of Light and became priests. This will be the end of our Night Elf section. Now let's go for the Worgens. The origins of the Worgen Druids. A cult of Night Elves known as the Pact, they worship an ancient spirit we now call Goldring. These Night Elves sacrificed their original form to take one of a Worgen. They were the original Worgens but quickly put asleep under the World Tree by the other Kaldorei Druids. One day, the Order of the Archmage Arugal woke the Worgens up from the eternal sleep to use them to hunt the Scourge, which it eventually worked. But in their wake, they were vicious beasts. They massacred everything around them and ripped apart everyone in their sight. Later on, the Worgens quickly fled into Syrupine. These vicious creatures started to climb up the Gilnean wall and soon started to spread the epidemic disease. Worgens started rising from family houses and soon enough, it reached the humans, part of the sect that was made to accelerate the vegetation growth process. Since Gilneas was isolated from the Alliance due to some political issues, their power was multiplied due to the feral disease, and here it is, the first Worgen Druids were made. Contrary to the other races, their origins are way more recent, but they also have some roots into the old knowledge. This will be the end of our Alliance section of this video. The Taurens. Let's not go too deep into the Taurens since they have a really abstract lore. We can call the Taurens Shul Halo, as it is their ancestral name. Taurens' culture is really similar to the Night Elves in terms of Druidism. Similar to the Night Elves goddess, Elune, the Taurens worship a divine being known as Earth Mother. It is arguably to know who was the first race to master the school of Druidism between the Taurens and the Night Elves due to their extremely old roots into Azeroth. The Trolls. I will count you a story. A story of one of the most notable of the Troll Druid is Zen Tabra. Under the Vol'jin's order to flee the Echo Isles, Zen Tabra had a vision in which she saw the Emerald Dream. Within the dream, Zen Tabra spoke to the ancient raptor Loa, Gonk, and the ancient Loa revealed a way for the Darkspear Trolls to connect with all spirits of nature, thus allowing them to become Druids. Through their new calling, Zen Tabra and the Trolls were tasked to preserve the life on Echo Isles. Since this revelation, witch doctors were taught directly from the Emerald Dream, and the spirits themselves to become Druids. This is the story of how the Trolls learned how to become Druids. I don't know, I just found it on the forum, so if you want to have the link and read it by yourself, I will put in the description of this video. So that was it for the race section. Now let me tell you why you really love Druids. Shapeshifting. Druids are mostly played and known for their shapeshifting abilities. The art of shapeshifting consists of merging the caster's soul and the ancient spirit together. Those spirits are wandering around Moonglade. If a spirit does not want to obey its caster, it have the free will to ignore him. Shapeshifting is both versatile and powerful spell, but can also be very dangerous. Druids whom opt to dwell in animal form for too long run the risk of losing themselves into the alternate form. These druids are also referred as the Feralkins. Now, as promised, let's go to the topic of the Emerald Dream. The Emerald Dream was created by the Titans as a blueprint of Azeroth. We could see it as a backup system in case if Azeroth have to get rebuilt for any given reason. The Emerald Dream looks like Azeroth, but without the influence of all the other races we know of. All the continents are all in one since it was before the events of the Sundering, or should I say, it never occurred in that realm. Let's not go into too much detail since it is a really big subject. As it is for the relationships between the Druids and the Emerald Dream, Druids have to hibernate into the Emerald Dream to gain their powers over the forces of nature. I do have the intention of doing a 20 minutes long video about the Emerald Dream, so keep it up. So that will be it for today, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and please leave a like and some feedback in the comment section. Also, thank you very much for subscribing to this channel. Hopefully, I will continue my great content and augment my quality each time. I do intend buying a new mic since it is quite a shitty one. I have my Kraken mic. Yeah, so anyway, thank you for watching again and have a great day.